Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at Freedom Planet for the PC. The game was produced and developed by Galaxy Trail and was released in 2014. So is this game actually any good or not, or is it just a Sonic S type clone? Well, let's take a look at the game in more detail, shall we? The game begins when the main characters rescue a Shelduck named Torque, who informs the girls that the nation's Kingdom Stone is about to be stolen, and that they must take action before it's too late, or else all-out war will happen between the three nations on their planet. However, it turns out that the girls are too late. Torque turns out to be an alien from another planet. We also find out that there's another alien warlord on the planet named Brevin, who's mind-controlling one of the nation's kings, and that Brevin also plans to use a Kingdom Stone to power his spaceship and then cause all-out war between nations. So, it's up to the girls and Torque to somehow stop the three main nations from starting a war, stop an alien warlord from taking over, return the Kingdom Stone back to its rightful place, while all the while trying not to get killed by all the alien creatures and monsters they come up against during their adventure. It's a very good story and honestly not one that I was actually expecting. When I first picked up this game, I didn't actually know about it, and at first I only found out about it because I saw Freedom Planet 2 on Steam's store page. I saw that it looked like a good game, and then I went and had a look for the first game. I saw it, had a quick look at the description and details, and ended up picking it up. Oddly, Steam never recommended this game to me beforehand, so I never actually knew anything about it, which is rather surprising, as I generally like these type of games. It's a great story, and one which I just wasn't expecting for this type of game. It just took me completely by surprise, because when I heard that this was originally a Sonic fan type game, but that it got dropped, I was expecting it to just be the levels, the characters, and nothing else. But this game's got a great plot, and it's just told so well, and it was something that I honestly just was not expecting for this type of game. It's a great story, and one which I think many of you will enjoy. The game starts you off with playing as a choice between Carol or Lilac to begin with. Once you reach a certain point in the game, you can then play as Mila, but she's a lot weaker than the other two characters, so playing as Mila is slightly more of a challenge. Each one of the characters has their own personality, and they're all voiced as well, which is another surprise which I just wasn't expecting either. Mila is kind but timid, Carol is cocky but fun to be around, and Lilac is courageous but also rather goofy at the same time. Honestly, the game did take me by surprise, because each one of these characters in this game is so unique, and with them all being voiced, they really do come across as individuals, which I don't feel would have worked if they had all been silent and just written text. Because each character in this game is voiced, it really does bring the game that much more to life with its cast, as you actually get the feel for them, I guess would be the correct word to use, but you get the feel for them as a character, which you just wouldn't have had happened had they had all been silent. It's amazing to see these characters who started out as just drawings come to life and grow into their own persons, with their own thoughts and feelings. It really is a credit to the cast who made the game, because they have done an amazing job creating the cast and bringing everything to life. Gameplay for the game is a little complicated, but I will try my best to explain it. Originally, the game was meant to be a Sonic fan game, from what I understand, but then that changed and transformed into its own thing. That's why when you play the game, it oddly feels like a Sonic-esque type game, but with various elements thrown in. The gameplay, while feeling like a Sonic-esque type game, also feels like it has elements from other classic Mega Drive games, such as Sparkster Rocky Knight Adventures, Gunstar Heroes, Alien Soldier, and a few others, all mixed together to become its own thing. Honestly, I'm glad that the Sonic theme was dropped for this game, and that's because when it became its own thing, it really is a much better product for it. And while it's got elements of Sonic in its gameplay, it feels like it's something different and original, and not just a clone anymore. All the characters play differently as well, which means that your gameplay style has to change too. Lilac is the fastest in the team, so speed is her speciality, but she can also fire herself in any direction that she wants to, and also use her tail as a whip. Mila is the weakest in the team and can create shields or energy blocks to protect herself or throw at enemies. However, she isn't very strong, nor is she very fast either, and it also takes her time to create energy blocks as well. All this means that facing bosses will be much more difficult for her than any of the other characters. Carol is a type of ninja cat, so she's able to cling to walls, spin into a ball, do Chun-Li style kicks, and a few other moves such as oddly being able to ride her bike in the levels if she can find a gas can. They all act and feel different from each other, so gameplay feels different for each character too, which means that each playthrough is going to feel different and unique. The game's graphics in Freedom Planet look and have the feel of the classic Mega Drive style games. However, while going for this type of look and appearance, they still manage to look more updated and have their own type of style. To put it another way, when I played Sonic Mania, I felt like that game was never trying to be anything more than a Sonic CD hack, and it never tried to push any boundaries graphics wise with what it was, and that it was just essentially happy trying to emulate Sonic CD in looks and appearance. While Freedom Planet is going for the classic Mega Drive look and appearance with its graphics, I never felt that the game was trying to be constrained by its own boundaries, and that the game was trying to be something different and unique. The graphics are bright, they're colourful, and they're very well put together. And I really like this game's graphics because they really did feel that while they were trying to be retro and represent the past, they still would surprise you and throw random stuff in here and there which you just wouldn't be expecting. It's almost like the game's taking the best elements from some of the great past Mega Drive games, but also adding in what we're capable of doing now, but still being able to keep it looking like a throwback game of yesteryears. I'm going to try my best here, but honestly, words won't be able to express how well the game's environments are actually put together. Everything from the game's level design to the amazing music that's being composed for this game really is outstanding. From the very start of the game, where we're introduced to the characters, the interactions between them, and them doing the levels themselves, really is just a joy from start to finish. Each level is very well created, with each of them being different from each other, and each one having its own special something that I'm sure everyone can enjoy. The game mixes level designs from underground mines, Chinatown, casinos, and a whole host of others. The environments also mix things up as well, with segments such as Mila driving a battle tank and Lilac riding on top of a dragon. These stages are a little something like that of R-Type or possibly Thunder Force, but also adding in new things here and there to throw you off as well. You can also ride Carol's motorbike on levels as well, but to do that you have to find a gas canister, and once on her bike, the way you play the levels changes too, as you can now ride up walls and you also have access to a whole host of other new abilities. A lot of effort went into making the levels and their design, and it really does show in this game, because while originally this was a Sonic-esque type game, it really has grown into something new and different. If you're looking at this game and are wondering if it's worth a purchase or not, then I'm just going to get straight to the point. Originally, I never knew anything about Freedom Planet until I saw that the second game was on the Coming Soon section on Steam's store page. I then took a look at Freedom Planet and I pretty much made an instant purchase. It's a great game with fantastic characters, a great story which oddly gets very dark and adult at times, amazing level design, really fantastic music, and basically everything just comes together to create this really fun and enjoyable experience. I know that originally this game came out in 2014, but I purchased this game in 2019, and I have to say that so far this is one of my most enjoyable games of this year, and it's probably going to remain that way because of just how much this game surprised me with how much work and how much effort has actually gone into creating it. All the levels are beautifully well created and long. All the characters are voiced and have their own personalities and characteristics. The animation is absolutely flawless, and truth be told, I can't really find a fault with this game. It's pretty rare that I've come across a game which does nothing but surprise you, and does something quite simple. Keep the gamer happy. So many games today are just disappointing. They're either too short, too easy for a point and then get frustrating for no reason, They're either really stupidly hard and then level out, they're boring or have long segments that are boring, they just look animated very weirdly, the plots seem to be almost Michael Bay written. The point is that the list goes on, but essentially this game is just fun and enjoyable, and it does a steady job of keeping that going from start to finish. It's a brilliant game and one I cannot recommend enough. It's one of the few hidden gems on Steam, such as A Vagrant, which just doesn't get the attention that it deserves. It's a brilliant game, and for the price that it is now, I really cannot recommend this enough. If you don't want to get it on PC, you can also get this on the Switch, and I believe it's still on the Wii U and the PlayStation Store as well. So really, even if you don't have a PC, there's not any excuse not to play this brilliant game. Also, just for a side note and a bit of fun, if anyone's watching this video wondering why I'm playing so badly, well, you can blame this guy for that. For some reason, one of my cats, Jess, decided he was just going to sit on my lap while I tried to play a game, and he just refused to move. So, if you're watching the game and you're wondering why I'm playing so badly, you can blame this guy. Well, that's it for this review, guys. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.